For more than 4 years, the war in Ukraine has continued to evolve. The weapons have changed, the tactics have changed, and now the scale of the attacks is changing too. This week, Russia launched one of the largest air assaults of the entire war. Hundreds of drones, dozens of missiles, multiple cities under attack, and a night that millions of Ukrainians will not forget. The operation began shortly after midnight. Air raid sirens sounded across the country. At first, many residents assumed it was another routine alert, but it quickly became clear that something much larger was underway. Wave after wave of drones appeared in the night sky. Missiles followed. Air defense units were activated, and emergency services prepared for what would become a long and difficult night. The capital city of Kyiv was among the primary targets. Residents reported hearing explosions for hours. Bright flashes lit up the sky as air defense systems attempted to intercept incoming threats.
Many families rushed to underground shelters and subway stations. For some, it was a reminder of the earliest days of the conflict. Only this time, the attack appeared even larger. As the night continued, reports of damage began arriving from different parts of the country. Residential buildings were hit, vehicles were destroyed. Windows were shattered, and fires broke out in several locations. Emergency crews rushed from one scene to another as calls for help continued throughout the night. Search and rescue teams worked through smoke and debris looking for survivors. But Kyiv was not the only city affected. Other regions also reported explosions and damage. Officials confirmed strikes in multiple locations as drones and missiles targeted areas across Ukraine. By sunrise, the scale of the operation was becoming clear. This was one of the largest air attacks seen since the war began. Despite the size of the assault, Ukraine's air defense network remained active throughout the night. Military officials reported intercepting a significant number of incoming drones and missiles. But defending against attacks of this size is an enormous challenge. No air defense system is perfect. When hundreds of threats arrive at the same time, some inevitably get through. Military analysts often describe this approach as a saturation attack. The idea is simple: launch such a large number of drones and missiles that defenders struggle to stop them all. Even if most are intercepted, a small percentage can still cause serious damage. And when hundreds of weapons are involved, that small percentage can have devastating consequences. The latest attack also highlights the growing importance of drones in modern warfare. Earlier in the conflict, drones were mostly used for reconnaissance and surveillance. Today, they have become one of the most important weapons on the battlefield. They are cheaper than many missile systems. They can be produced in large numbers, and they allow military forces to strike targets from long distances. As drone technology continues to improve, military planners around the world are paying close attention. The lessons learned in Ukraine could influence future conflicts for years to come. Another major question is why Russia launched such a large attack now. Some analysts believe it may be linked to ongoing military objectives. Others suggest it is intended to demonstrate capability and maintain pressure on Ukraine. Whatever the reason, the message was impossible to ignore. The conflict remains active, the fighting remains intense, and neither side appears ready to back down. The attack has also attracted international attention. Governments across Europe continue to monitor developments closely. Every major escalation raises concerns about regional stability and the possibility of wider consequences. Although the conflict remains centered in Ukraine, its impact extends far beyond the battlefield. Security policies, military planning, and international relations have all been shaped by the war. And each new escalation reminds the world that the conflict is far from resolved. So what happens next? That remains uncertain. Ukraine continues strengthening its defenses. Russia continues expanding military production. And both sides continue adapting to a battlefield that is constantly changing. One thing is clear: the war is entering another important chapter. The technology is evolving, the tactics are changing, and the scale of the attacks continues to grow. Russia's latest air assault is more than just another headline. It is a sign of how modern warfare is transforming in real time. And as the conflict continues, the world will be watching closely to see what comes next. If you found this report informative, be sure to subscribe for more updates on global conflicts, military developments, and the stories shaping our world. Thanks for watching.